Hey, so I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory. I went to see Survivor Series live this year, and then after that, I watched the Royal Rumble, and now I'm going to watch Wrestlemania 33. So I don't really know what's been going on, but I'm going to see if, through my wrestling knowledge, if I can figure out who's going to win these contests tonight. So let's just give this a shot for kicks. So the first match I'm showing on my card here is on the kickoff show, the good old Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Which again, I haven't been following the show, so I don't know if anything's been heavy-handed about who's going to win this. But Baron Corbin won it last year, then Cesaro won it the year before. Well, the year before that, and then the Big Show also won it. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say they'll give it to Braun Strowman this year, because I think he's the biggest guy who is not tied up in a match. So the next one that I'm showing here is Evil Neville versus Austin Aries for the Cruiserweight Championship. Now, I like Evil Neville of what I saw of him. I have a lot of hope for him. And Austin Aries is a fantastic wrestler, but there's something about, like, he reminds me of TNA or some such thing. Like, I have a hard time getting invested in his matches. I don't know why. But in any case, I'm going to say that Neville will retain his title at the kickoff show, even though it would make more sense to give it to Austin Aries. Next on my card, I am showing Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens for the United States Championship title belt. Now, if I were to assume, I'm going to say that Jericho's probably going to disappear again for another little while after WrestleMania. And I don't think Owens is going anywhere, especially after getting run through by Goldberg. So I think they're going to give Owens the win here and give him the United States Championship. Next up, I am showing Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin for the Intercontinental Championship. I want to go on record and say that Dean Ambrose is one of my favorites, and I'm incredibly biased towards anything that Dean Ambrose does. So, he's going to be my pick by default. And I guess Baron Corbin's getting better. I wasn't the biggest fan of his when he came out. Maybe I'm a slightly bigger fan of his now, but I'm not going to probably not going to root for anybody over Ambrose. So I'm calling Ambrose for that one. Next up, I'm showing the SmackDown's Ladies Championship match. And I also see like a little text blurb under this card that I'm looking at that there might be some more people entering this contest. So me predicting any of them would probably kind of be pointless. But I love me a redhead, so I'm going to go for Becky Lynch just because of that. Next up, I'm showing the Raw Tag Team match with Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, Enzo and Cass, and Cesaro and Sheamus. Now, I'm a huge Cesaro fan. Sheamus is better as a heel than he is as a face. Like, there's no contest there. But I also know how over Enzo and Cass are. I like me Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, don't get me wrong. But I believe that Enzo and Cass, I believe it's their time to get a belt. Last time, if my memory serves me correctly, they haven't had a belt yet. So I think now it's time for them to get one. Next match I'm showing is Miz and Maurice versus John Cena and Nikki Bella. I don't see how John Cena and Nikki Bella could lose this match. But again, I haven't been following anything. But I can't see it. So my prediction is John Cena and Nikki Bella. Next up, I am showing a fatal four-way Raw Women's Championship match with Bayley, Charlotte, Sasha Banks, and Nia Jax. My apologies. Now again, I haven't been following it, but if they're still doing that Charlotte is undefeated at pay-per-views thing, then they're going to give it to Charlotte. So I'm just going to say Charlotte, even if that's still not the case. Next match I'm showing here is AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon, which I don't understand the backstory for that at all. And it seems like an odd contest to have. But I'm just going to go with AJ Styles. Even though I'm sure Shane's going to jump off something crazy. AJ's probably also going to jump off something crazy. But I'll go for AJ. Seth Rollins and Triple H in an unsanctioned match. I can't help but feel this unsanctioned match, Triple H is going to pretty much get everyone in his power to destroy Seth Rollins, and there's not much he's going to be able to do about it. Seth Rollins, they'll book it in a way that Seth Rollins could win through pure skill, and there'll probably be a false finish where Seth Rollins is victorious, but Triple H will have way too many resources for Seth Rollins to overcome. And we have the Taker match. Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker. Now this would be a great time to pull the trigger on Roman Reigns turning heel. I have no idea if they want Roman Reigns to be heel right now, or if they're still trying to force feed us Roman Reigns. But I can't help but feel like they're going to save the true heel turn of beating Taker again, even though he's already lost to the Lesnar. Having Roman Reigns beat him here would catapult him as a heel, but I think they're going to save that for John Cena. So even though I'm going to say I'm leaning towards Taker for this one, but I'm going to give it a 60-40 split, favoring Taker. I think it'll be close. He might even get a false finish on Taker, this Roman Reigns fella. But I'm going to give this one to Taker. And next one I have here is, of course, the old Goldberg and Lesnar match for the WWE Championship of the Universe. And I really see no other way how this could play out, because Lesnar Goldberg annihilated Lesnar at Survivor Series. Then he treated him just as roughly at the Royal Rumble. So there's no way Lesnar's just going to get squashed again like that. Like, I don't see how Lesnar can get through this and not win, especially after having 3 losses to Goldberg. He's got to get his loss back. You're only going to rent that win from Lesnar for so long, Goldberg. I'm sorry. I'm just hoping it's going to be the knockdown, drag-out fight it should be. At least for 5-10 minutes. It doesn't need to be long. It just needs to be intense. And this was a surprise to me. I didn't even know until like 2 days ago that they finally decided to give Bray Wyatt the title. But he's against Randy Orton for the World Championship. Well, we're already going to have, according to my prediction, we're already going to have Lesnar take Goldberg's belt away. So I think that Bray might be able to retain, especially if he enlists the rest of his cronies against Orton. I'm aware that Orton's like kind of in bed with Bray right now, but I don't think Bray would be above using all his lackeys to retain his belt, or other such chicanery, holographic images, something else we haven't seen. Oh, a spaceship will come from the sky and it'll pull Randy Orton up with a tractor beam, and then Bray will win by countout. That's probably not what's going to happen, because that'd be a DQ anyway. But I'm going to say that Bray Wyatt will retain the belt. So those are all my predictions. I could have swore that I read that the Big Show was going to fight Shaquille O'Neal, but I can't seem to find any information on that anymore. If that happens, it'll still be the case. Shaquille O'Neal's going to win because he's the celebrity. So those are my WrestleMania 33 predictions. Let me know your predictions if you have any, and then I'll see tomorrow if I was right about any of this stuff. So I still go by Mega Harv, and I hope you join me for my next video.